Hi all, now we are going to continue with reducers. We have seen how to create action and also we have created one separate file to define action types. I will be closing this. Okay, this is how we have created our action and action creator. Now we are going to work on reducer. We have already seen about reducers. You can refer video 10 in this series and you will be getting more understanding on reducers. Now we are going to use reducers in React. So to create a reducer is nothing but it is going to take two parameters, state and an action, and it will be returning the new state based on the actions which has dispatched. So first I need initial state, const initial state is equal to, in my library, first I'm just going to give number of books. Suppose just imagine I am having 100 books. Initially I am having 100 books in my library. So this will be the initial state. Now we are going to create reducer. Const, I will just write here book reducer. Whatever name you want you can give. I will be using fat arrow function. This is going to take two parameters, state and our action. I will just write action. Now inside state we have to pass the initial state. I will write equal to. I'm just going to assign this initial state to my state value. So this is the state and this is the action. Now inside this we are just going to define the switch case. I will just write here switch. Here I will be writing action. If my action dot type. Okay, we can give multiple cases. Based on these cases we can generate the result. As of now I am having only one action, that is borrow book. So to use that one, first I have to import borrow book. I will just come down. Inside this I am going to write the same import borrow book. I will just copy this import and inside this book reducer I am just going to paste that one. Now I can use this borrow book action. Below this I will be writing case and my case is nothing but borrow book. Okay, as we have already defined the constant for this, so we can directly use borrow book. If my case is borrow book, then I just have to return initial state, whatever books I am having, I just want to reduce by 1. Return, I will just give number of books which will be equal to our state, whatever state I am having, state dot number of books minus 1. I am having 100 books in my library. As soon as this action is dispatched, as soon as one student borrows one book will be reduced from the library. So I have just given state dot number of books minus 1. Now suppose if I am having multiple data in my state, I am having number of books, I am having ID of book, author of book, I have plenty of data stored inside my state. I just want to reduce the number of book minus 1, rest everything should be same. I have to copy the exact same state. So we are going to use this spread operator and I will be using state here. Now what this spread operator will be doing, it is just going to copy the exact same thing and whatever changes we are doing here, it is just going to update that. Okay, we have created the state. Now we have created our reducer, book reducer. Okay, book reducer is nothing but it is a function which will be taking state and action as its parameter and state will be storing initial state of our application. And we have just given switch cases. If my action dot type, if it is equal to this borrow book, then I have to return the exact same state. Only thing is I have to reduce the books by 1. Okay, if no case is matching, suppose instead of borrow book, if I just give here return book. Now I do not have any case matching with return book. So I should just return my default case. I will just write here default. And inside this default, it is just going to return my state. Okay, whatever state I am having, exact same thing it is just going to return. Now if I want to use this reducer in different files, I have to export this. So I will do default export, export default, and inside this I just want to give this book reducer copy, and here I'm just going to paste. Okay, understanding reducer is very simple. Whatever actions we have done, based on that action, this reducer will be coming into play. So inside this reducer, we have just initialized the initial state, and we have created one function which will be taking two parameters, state and action. And inside this, we have switch cases. And here I'm just telling, if my action type is equal to borrow book, then I have to do all these actions. I have to reduce the book by 1. If no case is matching with this, then I should be returning my default state. This is the simple code to understand about reducers. I hope you are clear with practical part of reducers. Theory we have already seen, so I do not want to drag the video longer. So if you want to know more about reducer, you can refer about reducer in this series itself. Okay, so that's all for this session. Next we are going to work on store.